Naruto is receiving his first live-action movie being produced by Lionsgate. Okay, so let me not over-exaggerate. Is this anything to be worried about? To be honest, I don't fully know. I don't think Lionsgate has ever produced anything in relation to adapting an anime or animated show to a live-action format. Not based on my recollection. I know they've taken some properties that were, say, children's based in a sense, like I believe the Power Rangers movie, but then also I believe they made some of the Medea movies. So it's like a range of things where it's like, okay, do you think they could actually make it work? Okay, let's just see what this article says here. The upcoming live-action Naruto movie has recently received an update nearly 10 years after the film was first announced. I did not even remember if this movie was initially a thing about 10 years ago. Okay. Variety reports screenwriter Tasha Huo, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, is set to pen the live-action Naruto movie. The writer's other recent credits include upcoming adaptations of comic book Red Sonja and an animated series based on the Tomb Raider games. So she doesn't really have a pedigree, it seems, at least not yet. We know of upcoming films. Let's see if there's anything else we can grandeur off of this. Okay, literally nothing. Okay, this is already not looking good. I'm not saying she's gonna do a bad job. It's just, you know, we have nothing to really base for her to suggest that it would be a good adaptation. And that being said, the main thing is, will Naruto work in live action? You see, here's my thing with this. I don't like the idea of transforming a bunch of animated stuff into live action, because with animation you're not really limited. You can pretty much do whatever you want as long as you have the skill set to obviously animate, of course, but it's more free range. With live action, you're dealing with actual humans who have limitations on their body, so they can't do XYZ, so you're most likely gonna have to refer to CGI. And that being said, it's gonna depend on the budget at that point, how much of that is gonna go into the CGI. But even then, assuming the film just looks good, will the story translate well into a live action movie? I don't know how long this movie is supposed to be, but say it's about 2 hours, right? You're obviously not going to condense not even part 1 Naruto into a 2-hour film. The most I could see this getting away with is the Land of Waves arc up to the Chunin exams, but they would have to do it in a certain way. They're gonna have to skip over some parts, condense some things. So the only way I could really see this work, but it's going to be really dragged out in its entirety, is that if they do a multitude of movies, which the first arc being the Land of Waves arc, and then going to the Chunin exams, then Tsunade Rescue, Sasuke retrieval, and so on and so forth. But that would be completely dragged on. If this was at least a TV show, I could somewhat understand. Like, they could probably condense the Chunin exams and the Land of Waves arcs into one season. But a whole movie, it's supposed to be from point A to point B in that 1-2 hour experience. I don't see that really working well. And then also you got to consider, again, it's live action, so who are they really going to cast here? I would generally think a majority of Asians would work in the realm of Naruto. I would think, because Naruto is so Asian culture based, that they would mainly get Asians to work on the movie. But at the end of the day, as long as the actors are able to act accordingly to the characters that were in the original story, I guess I would be perfectly fine with that, as long as, you know, representation is not a limiting factor here. And then also going back to the topic of the characters and stuff like that, let's talk about the story. Everything, like the manga, it basically needs to copy one-to-one with the manga in order for this to work. If it changes it up at least too much to the point to where we're noting that XYZ is definitely not what it should be within the story of Naruto, then that's already strike one, because you're changing the story to something that doesn't fit with the original narrative. Now, if they were to come out and say that this is its own thing, it's just set into the world of Naruto, I guess that could be worked perfectly fine, because we can just treat it as filler. But I'm assuming it's given the title Naruto for a reason. You feel me? We're gonna know what to expect, and it's gonna be easier for them to just adapt the manga anyway, as opposed to creating an original story. So that's what they're most likely going to do. At the end of the day, it's really gonna matter if they are going to adapt the story correctly. And again, I have no real substantial evidence to think that they would. Again, this Tasha Huo, I'm sorry again if I'm mispronouncing it, I don't see anything notable on your IMDb page that, you know, is relevant right now. Apparently you're writing stuff in the future, but it's not coming out. This The Witcher, I think that's the video game show, for whatever reason it has a 4.9 out of 10, so that's already not a good sign. I'm not gonna say she's gonna do a terrible job. I'm not even gonna say this movie is gonna be terrible in general. I'm just you know, I'm already cautious within that idea itself. A live action Naruto film that's essentially like a live action One Piece or a live action Dragon Ball. It's at the end of the day, it's a cash grab. Whether the product is good or not, we know that this is a cash grab at the end of the day. It's most likely going to make its money. Let's be real. Naruto fans, including myself, are going to see this movie most likely day one. But that's just because we're Naruto fans. It's not because we have any real faith that this movie is going to do well or be well executed, I should say. But, you know, will this be a long-term thing? Assuming this movie succeeds, will it evolve or become better over time? Because they're most likely just going to look at the money aspect first. Even if this has 0 ratings out of 10 on IMDb, money speaks more volumes than ratings. So if this obtains like $1 billion in the box office first week, they're going to make more, because regardless if people like it, people are going to see the movie. Now, at the end of the day, however your opinion is on the movie, it's your choice to see the movie or not. So don't let me stop you from seeing the movie regardless of how you feel on it. But I'm just not wanting this to be a negative effect going forward, because it could just not just be Naruto. It could be more anime products. Like, they can make another Dragon Ball Evolution. We don't want that. They can make another Avatar. Actually, they're making the Netflix show. From what I saw, it looked alright. But that being said, anything looks any new Avatar live action is going to be better than the original movie. Come on, let's be real. So at the end of the day, I'm rooting for this project to do well in terms of the writing, how it's being produced. I'm wanting this to succeed, but justifiably so. If this movie, at least in my eyes, doesn't look well or isn't written well, then I'm not gonna care whether this succeeds or not. I'm not wanting it, keep that in mind, I'm not wanting it to fail regardless if I like it or not, but more so, if it doesn't, I don't care, because it's not gonna be a product I'm interested in viewing for the long term. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are interested in a live action Naruto film. I'm sure no one really asked for this, but you know, it's here. It's apparently being worked on. We don't really know what year it's supposed to be coming out, it doesn't seem, but the fact that we have a writer confirmed, and that this was the most recent news since 2015, you know, that things are picking up more than we would initially think. My guesstimation is like year 2025, 2026. If things get delayed, maybe 2027. So again, we'll see. I'm not rooting for this to fail, but you know, I don't have any high expectations. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of this? If you guys are ready or wanting to see the live action Naruto, what are you guys hoping for the live action film, or do you have certain expectations? Is there certain things that they have to get right that you feel should be in the movie? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and have yourself a great day. Peace.